Cage Nation TV is brought to you by Lion Country's rock station 105.9 Quick Rock. Streaming worldwide at 1059quickrock.com.
Let's go. Welcome to the Cage Nation. Welcome to the Cage Nation. Welcome to the Cage Nation. No one can drop us, no one can stop us. We are the warriors, no one can top us, no one can rock us. We are the warriors, no one can drop us, no one can stop us. We are the warriors, no one can top us, no one can rock us. We are the warriors.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of Cage Nation TV. Drew Shannon, Mike Kessling.
You can remove me from the milk carton.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bermuda Triangle has let Michael go.
Albert Cameron, Rob Lynn, who's standing in a box. He's not really this tall.
He's not really that tall either.
We are here at We're here at CDMMA 11, and it has been, well, let's just say, an interesting card.
Yeah.
We started off with how many fights initially, Albert?
12.
Started off with 12. Tonight, we got 4.
Well, if the cat's out of the bag, I'm down.
I'm just standing here for framing.
So, Albert, let's just run it down really quick. How did this get down to the point where it got?
It came down to there were obligations that were not met, and when those obligations are not met, fights cannot continue. And
You're putting it way too delicately.
There were guys.
The responsibility to put together a card lies in your management team who
Right.
puts together the card. Everyone that's involved in that. And I'm not saying that the fighters aren't to blame, okay? Because people did back out. They had someone come in and leave last evening, and a fight fall apart. However, coming down to 4 fights, that's a little more than just bad luck.
And I just want to say, though, that I know Ryan Blunt and Drew Daria have done their best to put this promotion together, put this evening together, and it was through quite a few fighters not making weight, dropping out.
Really unfortunate timing, too, because there were some high-profile Pittsburgh cards on either side of March 28th that really made it difficult.
Medicals were not turned in on time.
Right.
And these are, I mean, this comes down to fighter responsibility as well.
It's project management. It's all project management.
And I don't fault the management of this company at all. They have done their best. The lights are going out, so we gotta wrap up. They've done their best to put together the card that they could, and kudos to Drew and his team. Kudos to Ryan. What we got tonight was an excellent, action-packed night of fights. There were 4 fights. There were 4 fights, but they were the best damn fights on the.
Everything tonight could have ended very badly, and it didn't. I thought we walked away with fantastic fights with what we had.
I think it was still an entertaining night.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to diminish.
No, I understand.
No, I'm not. Just the entire event needs to be a project, and a project needs to be managed. That's from start to finish, and it's like herding cats. I've done matchmaking before. I know what Ryan had to go through, and I know when it's coming down to crunch time, and you have a couple weeks out, you have people saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to fight it. Well, I'll be there. I promise I'll be there." And then a week, and everything starts falling apart. What the hell happened?
In real estate, we all know, it comes down to everyone's word doesn't mean anything until you've signed on the line, which is dotted.
That's
and
correct.
I've heard cats.
And here's the thing. The other thing too, okay, and there needs to be responsibility of the fighters. Someone needs to be able to hold the fighter accountable for backing out last second, because that puts the management in a really shitty position. I'm sorry, Drew. It puts them in a very bad position because it makes them look bad. I don't want to make it sound like I'm maligning anyone. I'm not.
I am going to say this. I believe that there are going to be some suspensions and fines levied by Gregory Serb on some fighters.
Editorializing right now, there are like maybe 4 or 5 names that I think need to be suspended immediately. And
when you start a fight,
I'm going to interrupt you 1 second, Rob, because
I know what you're going to say.
What's that?
I said, I bet I know what you're going to say.
What's that?
What are you going to say? You tell me.
Well, I'm going to have you look at that camera and say, I'm Charlie the Spaniard Brenneman, UFC fighter on Cage Nation TV.
Cage Nation TV? I'm Charlie the Spaniard Brenneman, UFC veteran on Cage Nation TV. And I'm also from Hollidaysburg, not Altoona.
Chased his dreams, constantly did not quit. That man made it all the way to the UFC. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to present Charlie
being at a complete devastation event. Crew's been great, all the staff's been great, the fight's been great, so it's been nice.
Now, Charlie, there's a lot of folks in attendance who are either doing high school wrestling right now, or thinking about training, and they're like, man, how hard is it to get the message? I think you go show that through enough determination, hard work, you can get there. Tell us a little about your journey into the UFC.
Yeah, well, like I said, wrestling, that was my core, from the time I was an 8-year-old up until now, I'm 34, I still practice regularly. But the best thing I could say is find the gym. For me, it was Kimber Martial Arts Academy with David Darcy Rivella, and train, go every day. And then little by little, just start branching yourself out. All people. I made an email, a phone call to Eddie Alvarez, who was very big at the time, currently is. Just start making connection. I'm a connection. I'm online. Send me an email. You probably find my phone number too online. Get in contact, ask me the next step, connect you to someone, and then it explodes from there.
Now, Charlie, we're getting into the point of wrestling season. Right now, we're getting into championship tournament season. I know a lot of guys have had a long wrestling season, have them getting ready to quit. What do you do when they're about to debut? What do you tell them?
Yeah, I do a lot of speaking now. Different schools, to wrestlers, to the average student. So the biggest thing I can say is, whenever you're 34 like myself, and your competitive days are coming to an end, you're going to look back and you're going to think, man, I wish I could have one more Christmas of cutting weight, one more birthday party that I have to suffer just a little bit, because it's an addiction, and when it's over, you're going to wish there wasn't.
Now, Charlie, of course, I'm going to ask you about the biggest stage of all mixed martial arts. Does Dana White really swear as much as what we think he does?
He definitely does. That's no exaggeration.
Charlie, other than Altoona, Pennsylvania, we know that you fought for CDFFC, UFC, or other promotions here in Altoona. Where is your favorite place to fight?
To be honest, I have to say, going here at the Jab Hut, not just because I'm at the Jab Hut, but the setup in my hometown, it's pretty awesome. Second, that would be Pittsburgh, not too far away. So here at the Jab Hut, Pittsburgh.
All right, Charlie. We all want to know, you have a fight coming up, what is extra spin?
I don't have anything scheduled. I still am an active fighter. I'm training. I'm keeping myself in condition to be, a couple weeks out from the fight. Should an opportunity come, I'm talking to a few bigger promotions. Nothing is set yet, but that's my goal. I'm staying ready, and Spaniard still has a couple years of fights in him.
Ladies and gentlemen, a man who made it to the UFC on his own merit. He didn't do it to the Ultimate Fighter. He did it through hard work. Charlie, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming out here and supporting a great show. Drew, more than happy to help you in the future. And fighters, keep kicking butt.
Altoona, PA, let's hear it for Charlie Brenneman.
And a big thank you to Charlie, the Spaniard Brenneman, for not only appearing on Cage Nation TV, but also being here in Altoona, Pennsylvania. And I, being the upright guy that I am, I need to admit that I messed up in the cage. I said he's from Altoona, but he's really from Hollidaysburg.
Never admit your screw-ups.
He's from his mother, Albert.
Which is weird because you do so much homework.
I did.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Must have been copying off Drew, so...
Fights. All right, let's get to the fights. First off, our first bout in the amateur division, Nathan Boyer taking on Dylan Smith. This one went the distance.
We, as Pennsylvania, have a fighter pool that is mainly 55 and lighter. I think a lot of our wheelhouse fighters are 155, 45, 35, and even 25. It's very rare we see heavyweight fighters. The last one I think we saw here at Altoona was Adam Smith-Urbany versus Clark Young. And so it's good to see guys who are not as fast but are throwing nuclear muscle. I'd screw that.
You did?
Trademark nuclear muscle.
Hashtag nuclear muscle.
Okay.
Sometimes
All right,
I'm ashamed to be here.
Nathan Boyer. Nathan Boyer wins unanimous decision. Went all 3 rounds. Right, going the distance.
Boyer was said to have a lot of striking ability, not so much grappling. Smith was said to have a bunch of grappling ability, but no striking. And I think it shows. Even having Osahan Omo-Osagi in his corner, I mean, he showed that he could move his head.
He practices that name in front of his mirror daily. I promise you that.
But like he showed that he could move his head, he could move his hands, he could block. But at the end of the day, at the end of the fight, his nose was red, he was bleeding, and the one takedown attempt that happened came from Boyer. But there was just no Dylan Smith implementing any sort of ground plan, if that was the case, against Boyer. And Nathan Boyer just completely implemented his game plan throughout the entire fight.
All right, next bout, because they want us out of here soon. Jacob Kozorowski taking on Robert Vaccarino, and this was a back and forth bout. Unbelievable.
Under the
fight.
advanced amateur rules.
Advanced amateur rules, 3 3-minute rounds.
Yeah, and if you remember our last video, I said that the fight was changed away from that, and I couldn't remember what fight because I thought that he just had fought with that.
Right.
And I checked and he did. It was supposed to be this fight that wasn't going to be, but it's back again. Not
But
exactly
there
sure.
was a little bit of confusion at the cage. He actually came down wearing pro gloves, not amateur gloves. So
Yeah, and
right.
they got that straightened out.
Yeah, and there was quite a bit of a delay. I think we heard his theme song at least twice while they were getting the gloves off him, getting in the same gloves that Vaccarino had.
excellent exchange. I mean, they
He
both
showed a strike.
Both these guys showed their striking. They were not afraid to stand up and throw. I'm told that Kozorowski, and Rob, you might know this better than I do, that Kozorowski does have a ground pedigree.
Sorry, I got a guy who's off camera looking at me.
I'm told that Kozorowski does have a ground pedigree, but he was willing to stand there and trade for 3 rounds until the end of the fight, where Jake Kozorowski got his first finish in 5 fights.
And he is now 5-0-0. Jay Kozorowski, round 3, rear naked choke at 243 in round 3. An epic finish.
Before we go to the pro fights, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back for the professional portion of the card.
Stick around for the last 2 fights of the evening on Cage Nation TV. Welcome back to this special edition of Cage Nation TV. Drew Shannon, Rob Lynn, the returning Mike Kessling, and Albert Cameron. Let's get into the pro bouts
Drew,
I feel
of
like I
complete
have to stop you
devastation.
for a second.
What?
Rob, perfect attendance. We have to thank Dan
I feel
Bogan.
like you're like the older brother from Happy Days. Like you go upstairs one day and no one ever sees you.
But I came back. Just like the
Came
reunion.
back.
We're like the little.
Where's Chuck?
I'm just saying the Twitter game just jumped way up. I'm just putting that out.
All right, we're live here at Complete Devastation MMA 11. The bouts are wrapped up. They're tearing the cage down here at the Jaffa Shrine in Altoona. Our 2 professional bouts this evening. We kicked it off with Ethan the Wolverine Goss taking on Lloyd Reyes, all the way from the Great White North in Canada. And
Great fight.
that was an incredible fight.
And how the hell is that a split decision, though? When I heard it, I thought, oh, someone's getting ripped off.
That's
It was Shimon Sakuda all over again in my head.
Oh, I was getting worried.
I'm telling you, I awarded this bout, solidly to Reyes.
I think everyone knows
Not saying-
I had all 3 rounds going to Reyes.
All 3 rounds go to Reyes, in my
Same
opinion, as
here.
well. No disrespect to the Wolverine.
No, there's
He
none.
put up a hell of a fight,
Yeah, he
but
did.
Reyes had the best, well, not the best, but one of the best centers of gravity. He just would not go down.
This is what I think, though. Okay, I know Ethan has great hips. I know Ethan has great hands, but I'm not seeing combinations. I'm
Reyes
seeing
had
one
combinations for days.
like one spinning wheel kick. Then I'm seeing a head kick. Then I'm seeing you need to set these things up. You know, you can't just I'm going to do one technique. I'm going to walk over. I'm going to just come right over, and the guy's got to go. You need to set these actions up.
Reyes had combinations for days. It was 1-2 inside leg kick or 1-2 knee, and then once they got clinched, Reyes did the better job of getting underhooks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
but Goss escapes from underhooks
yeah.
and from that rear naked choke attempt.
That one rear naked choke was dangerous. It wasn't any danger of cutting off blood supply, but it looked like it was a neck crank that hurt like hell. There was one point where Reyes scored the suplex on Goss. I thought Goss was hurt. Like he slowed a turtle, and he just looked like it took the piss out of him a little bit.
Come on, his head got smashed off the floor.
Well, then Reyes, not even 10 seconds later, hit him with another one. And the combinations from Reyes were great. His intention was fantastic. I thought the fight went 3 rounds to Reyes, but Pennsylvania doesn't pay me to do those kind of things. They let other quality individuals do that.
It was the chants. It was the Goss chants. They were too big.
Oh my God!
And it
that
was
was the loudest chant I've ever heard.
It was like
in
he
this
was
building.
hulking up.
It was like pro wrestling. He like
did.
stood up and he's like carrying him against the cage.
It was
like,
intense.
I'm like, whoa.
Why am I still wearing a camera?
I have no idea.
Camera, bro.
Hashtag camera bro.
So
Camera bro.
the bout, of course, going split decision to Reyes. And in our main event, it was Brad the Machine Gun Mountain taking on Billy, who I think we need to rename him HBK Ward, because he comes down. He told me on the radio on 105.9 Quick Rock when I interviewed him to pay attention closely to his entrance.
Yeah.
And he came down to Sexy Boy, Shawn Michaels from the WWE, the Heartbreak Kids music.
Complete with pose.
Complete
In the
with
ring.
pose. That's the important thing, complete with pose. And guys,
For what he lacks in tattoos, Brad made up for tattoos.
Well, I was gonna say, Billy Ward looked tall and lean. Brad was stacked. Like Brad looked like he put on.
Seems like you have a man crush on a man.
That does make a good man crush.
Yeah.
there you go.
Or in our case, we just call it a crush.
Hashtag Roma.
Romance.
Completely lost train of that. But I was saying, like Billy was taller, had the height advantage. Brad looked like he put on a lot of muscle for the fight.
Secrets. Hashtag secrets.
Hashtag secrets.
Hashtag Cage Nation Secret.
That sounds like a 900 number we're starting. Do you want to know what Rob Lynn's doing tonight? Call
There's still
1-900
900 numbers?
Cage Nation Secret.
976.
7 for sexy time.
Completely getting off topic.
Yeah. What happened?
Well, I'll tell you what happened.
The match was so quick.
If you blinked, you would have missed it. Billy Ward, round 1, rear naked choke, 45 seconds. Yes, Billy the Psycho Ward is your winner in this bout.
Didn't they both say it was going to be over in round 1, regardless whether either
And
way?
this is the thing,
Right.
though, that Brad is giving choke away. You know, he's a Gracie purple belt. He's a legit purple belt.
Yeah.
And he turned
Billy's a
right
wrestler.
in. He turned right into it. Brad told me, Billy said to him, so this is Brad saying, Billy said, why'd you turn into me?
Was there a good answer?
No.
Okay.
I can't say it because I don't want Drew to yell at me this way. It was I effed up.
Whenever Brad hit the ground first, he looked a lot more comfortable than I've seen him when he hit the ground in complete devastation. Like when Brad hit the floor, like I'm thinking
He has some good cauliflower here.
He does. But I was thinking like when he fought Van Tassel and like the other things he's done, I thought he looked a lot more comfortable. But then he did turn into a choke. And 45 seconds, it was done.
Okay, so go ahead. We got Brad Mountain taking a loss. 45 seconds in. Billy Psycho Ward, HBK. Or are you calling him HBK Psycho?
I don't know. Psycho, it's a camera.
He's winning. Round 1, 45 seconds. They made the best of a bad night.
They made a fantastic night out of
The
it.
fights are good.
The fights were excellent.
And I didn't hear a complaint from people. I thought for sure we were going to
It
walk
was
into
I thought for sure when it was
July-
the event announced there was going to be a problem,
Yeah.
and it's almost like
July 19th, 2013. We all know what happened in this building, and it could have been that bad, and it wasn't.
Yeah, they saved
they-
it. They did a great job.
They did a tremendous job of it.
All that from top to bottom, the management, the fighters, everyone involved in this promotion, they pulled together and they made the best out of a bad situation, and it was just fantastic. I know we had to kind of stretch the night out a little bit, so it did feel like it was like a full night of fights, even though it was just 4. It was entertaining, it was action-packed, we had a great time. Hopefully you fans that came to see this fight had a great time, and you support CDMMA. You can check out their next bout.
October.
It's October. For more details, visit cdmmaonline.com.
Thank you very much to Complete Devastation having us here, allowing us to do our thing. Welcome back.
yeah, I'm going to try not to disappear into the vapors this time.
He won't be back.
It's my boy Blue.
I had nowhere else to go. I'm upstairs.
Guess is going to head back to Bermuda. Rob, it's always a pleasure to hang out with you, buddy, and do this with Drew.
As always, my brother from another mother.
1, 2, 3, 4, happy days.
Chuck, get back upstairs.
We'll see you
Hey,
next time.
thanks to Chuck, too. He was here helping.
Yeah, Charlie Gathers, thank you guys. Thank you so much for helping us out on commentary this evening. It was incredible. I wish you would have stuck around. We could have got you on camera, but It is what it is. The brother's got to heal from some serious wounds.
He blew himself up.
He blew.
We'll see you guys next week on Cage Nation TV.
Take care, everybody. Good night.
Let's go.